I came to England 7 years ago with £300 in my pocket after tattooing in Australia for 17 years. And I worked in Australia for a big bike club for 17 years straight, pretty much. And had good shops to work for. Was probably the main tattooist in the capital of Australia, which is Canberra, for those who don't know. And then, yeah, I had a falling out with the boss, and seeing as I was born in the UK, I thought I'd come over here and give it a shot. So I started off in a small hairdresser's down the road, and just I found the level of tattooing here wasn't that great, so there wasn't a lot of competition, and things just grew. I used to work in another studio 1 or 2 days a week to supplement, you know, what I wasn't making. And then I moved into this premises, and since there things have taken off. Find it hard to find some good apprentices, and then since I found some good apprentices, Hayley and Lee, and hopefully Sean, you know, things are taking off quite well.
Well, at the moment I'm in my first year of my apprenticeship, and Chris Digland is teaching me. It's hard work, takes a lot of commitment and dedication, and it's very hard to get into. Tattooing is 100% my passion. It's so different, it's such a unique industry, like so many different styles, and it's just so diverse. Like, you'll never ever be a master of all of it, and it's just so unique. There's nothing else like it out there, and it's something that once you get at it enables you to travel the world and see things that you wouldn't see and meet people you wouldn't meet. And
if I had to give up everything in the whole entire world apart from tattooing, I'd do it. Apart from family, but it's amazing, love it.
Yeah, it's my passion and my life. As the years go on, it kind of overtakes your life. But when you're first young, yeah, you live to do your next tattoo and improve on what you just did and try something new.
Tattooing myself quite a lot as an apprentice. I've got a skull with wings on my leg, a couple of roses, I've got a geometric wolf that I did myself, I've got a carp on my leg that I did when I was 17.
Lots. I can begin. I don't know, skulls, koi fish on my legs, dragons on my legs, all sorts of stuff.
In the last few years, since, I don't know, celebrities and footballers and stuff like that have become more tattooed, it's becoming more acceptable, but at the same time it's becoming more of a fashion symbol and a social status to have tattoos. It's not about the art, it's more about being cool.
Years ago, the people that are into getting tattooed now would not talk or even come into a tattoo studio 15 years ago. And the thing with tattooing is there's something attractive about a nice tattoo. So when somebody sees a tattoo on somebody, maybe it be a family or friend or something like that, and they might not have been into tattooing them, but they see one on a friend and it catches their eye, then automatically they're opened up to, you know, maybe I'll get one. So back in the day, you know, when you didn't get any decent sort of resource to get any traditional Japanese designs and things like that. So people were limited to what they could draw. People that have gotten into it are a lot more artistic. So we've got a lot more artists that have become tattooists. Before it was tattooists learning to be artists. The equipment has changed a lot but I wouldn't say it's for the better. There have been some good innovations, but I think the old school equipment is a lot better than the new school stuff. So I've done some Japanese tabori. I've done some of the Islander tappy tap stuff. Just found it interesting. It's a lot harder to do, but at the same time it's probably a bit more spiritual.
I don't understand why 18-year-olds would want a massive weed leaf on their hand and don't think about what it would be like in 20 years' time, but people can do as they please. So.
The fashion and the social status is why these kids are getting so heavily tattooed, and they don't know what they want to do. They haven't been to university, they're not in college, they're not in a secure job, they're not in something that's going to take them through the rest of their life. It makes me angry that people are, especially young kids, like 18-year-olds, are getting so heavily tattooed so quickly.
You should just sort of gradually do, and you know, a lot of people rush to get them just to be covered in tattoos, you know, or outdo the next person, you know. I think it's just something you should do as it comes, you know.
I think it's obviously going to keep growing as it becomes more acceptable and more popular, and it's obviously going to improve, like with people researching inks and needles and machines, and like the last couple of years the rotary machines come out, which has just changed everything. You know, like UV inks have come in. Like 20 years ago that was unthinkable, but there's going to be ways of obviously like removing tattoos. I think tattoo removal and reappliance will be the thing where it expands, with people chopping and changing their tattoos, which I think kind of sucks because it takes away from the actual meaning of a tattoo. Like a tattoo's for life.
I'm not really sure. I think it's just going to keep poking along the way it's been poking along. It'll just get bigger and bigger, just like hairdressing, I suppose. It'll never die. It's always, from the beginning of time, it's always progressed and gotten bigger and bigger, so I don't think it'll ever disappear. We'll have to see what happens in the future to answer that question, won't we?